Well, hello. Check, check. There we go. All right. I think we're good. Somebody say something in the chat if you can hear and see me. I hear and see myself in my own software, but we're having some issues with Facebook. I think just didn't want to cooperate for some reason. So yeah. Oh, was that a little heart emoji behind me? Do it again. Do it again. I want to see it pop up. All right, I see Jesus is in. Okay, someone's hearing with echo. I'm not getting an echo. Well, you mean like reverb? Because I do have reverb turned on. Let me just turn up. This is a little quiet. There we go. That's better. My own speakers. Yeah. Let's see. Sound is good. Okay, cool. All right, so yeah, if you're having an echo, I don't know if maybe you've got it open in two different windows or something. Perhaps that happens to me sometimes. I'll get it. I'll accidentally have it open in two places at once, and then then I'm hearing it twice. Or maybe you're just hearing my reverb. I'm not sure. Anyway. Hi, man. I'm glad to finally be online. That was a little bit of a struggle the last few minutes trying to get all the streaming stuff to cooperate and all the technology to work, but it's kind of cool. So this is actually, so I'm live on my YouTube channel right now, and I'm also live for the first time ever on my brand new Twitch channel. So if you're not familiar with Twitch, I'll be explaining it probably a few times through the course of today's program. But so Twitch is, it's kind of like a game. It's geared towards gamers and people that like to get tips on how to play their favorite video games, or like watch other people play their favorite video games. People that are like really, really good at it, they'll watch them to see, watch them play games, which is kind of a neat thing. But also, oh, Dorito. That's awesome. Oh, that's awesome. So one of the things you can do on Twitch, as Dream Mama just showed us, is there are little emotes. So if you're on my YouTube channel, you can still type in the chat and I'll see it and I can respond to it. But if you're on Twitch, you can actually do these things called emotes, which is one of the cool things about Twitch. You can get emotes, which is kind of like their version of emoji, and then it'll pop up on screen and stuff. And Twitch has all sorts of cool things with subscriptions and following and all this other stuff. I'm still frankly trying to get my mind around all of it, because it's quite something. It's like this own universe that I never even knew existed. But whoa, lots of and now you're making me hungry. I want some Doritos now. But anyway, so these things happen in real time, and what I've got set up behind me actually is called an emote wall, and so you can make your emotes pop up behind me and float around the screen behind my little star backdrop. So that's kind of a fun thing. And there's other things you can do. Twitch is all about community, where, as I think YouTube and other platforms are more about just showcasing polished products, which, those of you who are watching on YouTube have probably seen that, I have a whole bunch of different, fully produced videos with, multi-track trombones and different, all kinds of different hilarity and insanity going on with, multiple copies of me playing different instruments and all kinds of crazy stuff. But on Twitch, it's more about the community, and it's more about the culture of, joining in for the chat and being there for a live event. And so I'm planning to do a little bit of both. That's the goal. And all of this is supported, I should add, by my patrons on Patreon. And if you're interested in that, you can check out, I'm sure you've probably already heard of it, but Patreon is this cool platform. I'll put a link in the chat here. Oops. So patreon.com/shimletsmusic is where it's another community of, people that are super into what I'm doing in terms of YouTube and everything. And that's all part of just a community of people that enjoy the trombone and enjoy, the weird and crazy stuff that I choose to do with it and other instruments. So that's what that's all about. And Dream Mama, awesome. I'm trying out this Twitch thing. Like I said, this is my first ever time going on Twitch. Those of you who are subscribed to my YouTube might know that I've done a couple of these live streams on YouTube, but I recently finished a book called Twitch for Musicians that talks about, kind of what a cool platform Twitch is for musicians. As I said before, it's geared mainly, it kind of started as a way for gamers to have community. But now, especially with the pandemic and the shutdown and all that stuff, there's some really killer musicians on Twitch, and there's some people doing some amazing live streams. And so there's a guy, his name is Billy Mills. I believe he's from New Zealand, and I've been watching him a lot. He's amazing, multi-instrumentalist, does all sorts of live looping stuff with multiple instruments, and he's super cool. His handle is Very Handsome Billy, I believe. He's awesome. There's Charles Jones Music. He's awesome too. Be sure to check them out. If you're new to Twitch and new to music on Twitch, check them out. But in the meantime, thanks so much for tuning in today and for bearing with me as I deal with all this technical nonsense and servers not working and stream keys not working and all this other... Makes me want to play some music. Maybe I should play some music now. start with Inner Urge. That's been in my head for a while. I've been shedding that again. It's not the easiest head in the world, but we'll see how we go. Maybe I should save that for later. Nah, we'll do it now. Let's see. Let's see if we can make this. That's a lot of beatbox. I'm gonna turn that down a little. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, so that's a fun way to start the day. A little down-tempo inner urge. See who's all on. Let's take the drums out for a second. Yeah, awesome, David. Thanks for the comment. Almost forgot to put my Patreon chat on. I've got like 3 different chat streams going on right now. I have my Patreon patrons, I've got the Twitch thing, and I've got YouTube going on. So thank goodness there's not like thousands of people tuned in, because oh my god. It's kind of fun though. Yeah. So yeah, thanks for tuning in again, everybody. For those of you just tuning in, I'm Jim. I play trombones and stuff. And I just got finished playing a little down-tempo version of Inner Urge. And yeah, shout out to all my Patreon patrons out there. That's kind of a tongue twister. Shout out to all my Patreon patrons out there, especially David, who's tuning in right now. And David and Lori are watching. And I see Jesus and Vet Surge Incorporated. I guess that's I guess you're a veterinary surgeon. That sounds like an amazing and stressful and probably a rewarding line of work, I hope. And I know for our little fur baby, we hope to never have to have something like that, but if we do, it's great to know that there's folks like you out there that take care of it. Yeah. So, I'm trying to decide what else to play. Could do Chameleon, could just do something open-ended too. Might be fun. Yeah, maybe I'll do just a little free stream of consciousness here. See where it takes us. Just gotta clear up my loops here. Cool. Hey, Mr. Lampkins. Is that the Mr. Lampkins? I think it is. How's it going, Josh? Hey. And Danielle Palau. Danielle Palau. Sorry, messed up your name. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Awesome. We're just doing some chill tunes today. Had a little bit of a struggle at first, so got a slightly late start because I couldn't get the streams talking to each other, but finally got it going. Thanks, Dream Mama. Appreciate that. Working out all right so far. See if I can actually do that last one as a loop. That'd be fun. Yeah, maybe a little record of me. That'd be fun. Hey, thanks. Actually, Dream Mama got me this shirt. I like it. And it fits with the spacey background, no? Yeah? Yeah. That's, yeah, I like it. Thanks. I like it too. Little water break. Got to stay hydrated. Very important. Yeah, let's do a little record of me. That'd be nice. thanks for the follow, Slide Funk. You sound like a man after my own heart, or a woman after my own heart. Awesome. It's fun playing with Mr. Tambourine. I forgot I had this. I got it not that long ago and then used it for like one thing and then forgot. Oh yeah, this works well for lots of stuff. Tambourines are great. Like kashishis, which are obviously named for how they sound. Which, fun fact, you don't hold them like this, because that's how you break them. You actually hold them like this. Then you get one tone. Here, I'll show you actually. So this is one tone. And then if you want a louder, higher tone, you go on the end. Yeah. So there you go. Learn a little bit about percussion from a trombonist, right? How's everything sounding out there? Is this coming through okay? It sounds okay in my ears, but I have no idea what's going out into the ether, so if it is working, great. If I have the ability to control the different loops, so if you want to hear more of the first loop, which is the beatboxing and tambourine and kashishi, that's this one. Pretty loud. And this is the bass. Made that its own loop. Got my little mixer here. And this is the Rhodes. You know what they say? You know what sounds really good on Rhodes? Everything. Thanks, Brian. I appreciate that. Cool. Yeah, I'm glad to know it sounds okay. As I say, you hear one thing in your headphones and it's like, yeah, this is great. And then I always try to go back and listen to myself when I like to either record myself practicing or, obviously when I do something like this, go back and watch it. And sometimes it's a little painful and, a learning opportunity. And other times it's really cool. Hey, thanks for the floating notes. Oh, that's cool. I'd never seen those emotes before. I gotta find that. I like to dig the eighth notes. But yeah, it's always a little bit of a journey with, going back and listening to yourself is always like, it can be, like I said, can be a little painful sometimes, but usually it's a good thing, and the things we don't like about our playing are the things that we practice and work on and get better at. And we're all, shouldn't speak for everybody, but I know I'll always be a student. I'll always be trying to fix stuff and make stuff better, and all the people that I know that are any good are like that. I haven't met too many people that are like, yeah, I got this music thing figured out. But yeah, and going back and listening to these things is always a little bit of a lesson in that like, oh yeah, I still got some things to work on. In a way, this whole videotaping and streaming and stuff kind of grew out of just recording myself to hear what I sounded like when I practiced and to have kind of some material to go back and go, oh, here's what I need to be working on. And is that bass a modified Holden? That's actually a modified Yamaha. This is a YBL 612. splat cannon or the howitzer, depending on you. Brian, are you a bass bone player yourself? I'm guessing. Let me see. Yeah, so this is I bought this from Andy Martin when I was studying with him out in LA. He was like, I was just getting started, and he said, hey, if you're going to be doing studio dates and stuff, if you're going to be, a working trombone player, you need to at least own a bass trombone. And bonus if you can kind of play it. But, you need to at least have one, so when someone calls for a gig that has doubles on it, you can say yes instead of no. Or I'll think about it, or try to borrow one from a friend and then not sound good on it. So yeah, I got this from Andy. I think he was upgrading or something and wanted to get rid of this. But yeah, this is a YBL 612 in LA, who's a pretty well-known horn guy out there, horn technician, and does some great work. And yeah, definitely plays really well. I'm really happy with it. It certainly has never held me back as a bass trombonist. It's a really nice horn. Oh, I see. I have a TR-180 for doubling and stack valves. Yeah. That's the only thing. I would love to have independent rotors. I'd love to have a horn where I could use the second, the second valve by itself, but I can't really justify, spending the dough to do that. And this horn has served me perfectly well. 8 years on Kusa at Cirque du Soleil and all sorts of other functions apart from that. And sounds pretty cool with the October on the the multi-track stuff as well. So that's a lot of fun. Yeah, I could talk about gear forever. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, being able to use that, just the second valve, and not have to go through both all the time if you want to access those notes, yeah, certainly gives you a lot more options. And it gives you a lot more slide position options, too, for, like, alternate positions to make things lay better. If you're playing stuff that's down in the basement, it's nice to have that second trigger free by itself. But as I said, I know people that are total purists about it too, that are like, no, it's way better to have stacked valves, way better to have dependent valves because, the open horn then is only going through one valve instead of going through two valves. Myself, I got this horn used and it works fine, and I've never had a big enough problem with it to justify looking for another one. It's kind of the horn hasn't really been the problem to this point in my career. Let's just say that. Yeah, the horn's not usually the problem for me. But yeah, I'll introduce you to the whole trombone forest if you're interested. We've got this I refer to as my Ferrari. This is my Edwards. And out of the, yes, bass trombones are quite expensive. They definitely are. So this is my jazz horn. I got this straight out of college. I went to the Edwards factory, had this, went through the whole fitting process, which was really cool. It's kind of like Ollivander's Wand Shop, but for trombones. I think it was Christian Griego was out in the room saying, okay, try this, try that, try this, try that. Oh, interesting. How did that feel? And the thing that I really dug about the whole process was at no point was there any type of, not only was there no upsell, but there was not even any discussion of like, well, this is a nickel thing, or this is a different bore size, or this is a number 3, whatever. There was none of that. There was no discussion. He didn't say anything about what I was playing on at any point. He just said, here, try this. See how this, oh, that's interesting. Okay, try this one. And then at the end, he told me, okay, you picked a nickel, this bore size, whatever, unsoldered, that seam. He had all the marketing jargon and about what I had picked. But I was, didn't hear any of that until I had already picked the horn, which was pretty cool because it allowed me to just play and feel and not have my expectations, not have what I was doing be colored by my expectations of, oh, well, this is a nickel or this is yellow brass, so it should sound like this, or this should feel more like this. It was really kind of cool to have it to be somewhat blind while I was testing it, and then to figure out afterwards what I picked. I thought that was awesome. And then, so that's my Edwards. I call it my Ferrari. I love that horn. And then this is the bass, which we've already talked about. Little Yamaha 612 that was modified. And then this I call the grocery getter. This is a Shires. This is a medium bore. I kind of had it. So when I joined Kuza, so for those of you that don't know me, I was on a Cirque du Soleil show called Kuza for about 8 years, from 2007 to 2015. And when I first signed up for that show, I originally showed up with, I think, my jazz horn, and I have a Bench 190 that's 547, full-size symphonic large bore tenor. So I showed up with those two horns, and it was clear from, pretty close to the beginning that it was going to be, I'm going to turn this percussion loop off. It's starting to get on my nerves. Yeah, that's better. Yeah. So where was I? Oh, yeah, so I showed up at Kuza, and it was clear, kind of right away that I was going to want an actual bass trombone, because the stuff the composer was writing was like, there was a lot of stuff that really kind of cried out for some splat, for some edge. So I had the bass bone shipped out. I remember it was shipped out in a gig bag because that was what it came in. It was all I had, and the horn was trashed when it showed up, so I had to get it fixed. And then I was able to start playing on it in the show. So then I had my jazz horn, which is a 508 bore, and I had the bass bone, and then I also had my 190, my large bore tenor. And it was like, this is crazy. There was a bunch of stuff that was like going all over the place. I needed to be able to play like screaming lead and below, and like play pretty high stuff that was demanding and needed to have a lot of punch on it, which is really hard to do on a large bore, to have like the bite and the punch up in the high range. Like once you get above like high B flat, and to really be able to punch those out and not kind of like whimper them out. It's a lot easier to really slam those on a smaller horn. But then in the same tune, without a break, I would need to play something that was down in trigger range below the staff. And, no time to switch horns, in addition to just the logistical annoyance of maintaining 3 horns on the road. So at that point, I called up Edwards, and I said, hey, can we put a trigger on my 508? And they were like, are you nuts? No one does that. And so I was like, all right. So I called Shires, and I first said, well, could we do a medium bore or something with the trigger? And they were like, no, we don't do that. We can't do it. And I was like, oh, okay. So I called up Shires, and Shires was like, sure, we'll sell you, basically a Shires 3B or a Shires, 525 with NF attachment. That's no problem. And so yeah, ended up with that. Bought it over the phone. It's a great horn. It covers a lot of ground. Again, I played. These are the 3 horns I had on the road with me. This one was for fun, for jam sessions and stuff after work, and then these 2 were on stage for Kuza when I was on the road with that show. Anyway, all you ever wanted to know and more about my trombone collection. And then there's more. I have my 190 sitting around somewhere, my Bench. It's around. It hardly ever comes out of the case anymore. It's a great horn. I just, I never find any. I don't get called for those kinds of gigs that often. And then I have a euphonium sitting over there too, which I bought for a Broadway show that I was subbing on, and I think the show got their notice. They got their notice they were closing like before the horn even showed up. But I had wanted a euphonium for a while, so I kept it. It's a really cool horn too. Maybe I'll have to get that out at some point and play that on the stream. I have to practice a little more first, maybe. Yeah. Helps to turn the volume back up. So now seems like a good time to also point out, give a big shout out to my Patreon patrons who support all of my crazy hijinks and weird trombone-ness. Without them, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing, and so I really, really, from the bottom of my heart, really appreciate your support in all this. It blows me away that not only friends and family who have shown their support, but also a lot of complete strangers that just, have seen what I've done, some of what I'm doing on the internet, and go, hey, this guy's cool. I want to give him some money. I'm like, awesome. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. It really means so much to have met. That's the thing that's been really cool about Patreon is I've met some really cool folks. So it really is a neat community, and it's a lot of fun. So if you haven't, if you're not aware, I'll put another link here in the chat if anyone wants to go check it out. that's yeah. Again, everything that I do because I like doing it, and people enjoy it, and hopefully, you know, I hear that people enjoy it, and so, you know, I keep doing it. And you know, this isn't something where I don't put any of my stuff really behind like a paywall or go, oh, you know, you can only access this if you paid. The only stuff that's kind of neat that's for patrons only is you get early access to stuff. So like when I put out a new YouTube video, for example, that goes out first to Patreon patrons. They're the first people to be able to see that. And at some of the higher levels, you actually get a chance to like see rough drafts of things. So I'll put out you know, early versions, and you know, I'll like rough mixes and that kind of stuff. I'll put out to Patreon, and I'll ask for feedback like, hey, does this sound okay? Do I need to change anything? Is this, you know, how's this mix working? Some of them get stems and sheet music for some of my arrangements. Some of the stuff that it's a little tricky to sell online because of licensing and stuff. You know, sometimes I'm able to make some of those raw materials available to people on Patreon. So that's kind of a neat thing. But other than that, it's just a cool hang, and it's a cool group of people, and they're awesome. So yeah. So thanks again for everyone, all the Patreon patrons that are watching. Thank you so much. If you want to join, like I said, the links in the description, and also I just put it in the chat. So feel free. And yeah, for those of you that are watching on YouTube, this is my very first ever stream on Twitch, and I think it's going okay so far. Apart from a little bit of some hiccups at the very beginning when we couldn't get the streams to cooperate, but I think I finally aligned the flux capacitor or whatever, and I couldn't get Facebook to cooperate, so I finally ditched on Facebook. I just put a comment over there that said, hey, sorry, it's not working out, come over to YouTube or Twitch to watch, and yeah, hopefully some people did, I don't know. But oh, I'm curious, actually. Let me know in the comments as well if everything is still in sync, because I've had issues where sometimes the audio drifts out of sync with the video after a while. So I'm curious if that is happening, or if we're cool. Hopefully we're cool, because it's been playing nicely when I've been checking it out recently. Cool. Awesome. Thank you. Good to know it's in sync. Wow, I've been on for an hour already. I mentioned I've been reading this book called Twitch for Musicians, which is why I'm doing this Twitch thing and kind of checking it out. And it's really cool. As I said before, I've found some really amazing artists on Twitch. So for those of you that are watching on YouTube, if you want to see people doing like what I'm doing, only they've been doing it way longer, and they're, you know, way better. And there's all different levels of. There's people that just have practice streams where they're like, I'm gonna stream myself just practicing, and they do really well. They have tons of followers, people that like to watch them practice. And then there's amateurs that are like just getting started, and there's some pretty high level pros on there too. There's another guy actually from USC or from Los Angeles named Zane Carney, and he's amazing too. Zane Carney, Charles Johnson are both awesome over on Twitch. They have great live streams. So yeah, check them out. If you haven't checked out music on Twitch and you're interested in like this kind of format where it's chill, it's usually just one person doing looping or live streaming and chatting and whatever, and engaging with people that make comments in the chat and stuff. Twitch is actually kind of I've gotten a little bit addicted to it. It's pretty cool. There's some really cool music, some cool stuff happening. So yeah, give it a look. All right. That was a fun little. Let's see if I can get back to the other one I was doing. Yeah, I've kind of sort of an E minor, G major vibe today. Yeah, let's go up a half step, why not? Anybody know what tune that is? Dream Mama, No Cheating. So yeah. Oh, I have to turn that off. There's a mod thing. 11 messages were deleted. What the heck? All right, I need to figure out my. So there's a moderation thing that, like, is supposed to filter out abusive stuff in the chat, and apparently it's on hair trigger mode. So I'll fix that. Sorry about that, Dream Mama. I think you got yelled at for nothing. Something that for being excited. So we'll fix that for next time. Sorry about that. Yeah. So for those of you who don't know this is the end of a song called Young Stuff, and it's off of what's the album? Ground Up, by one of my favorite bands, Snarky Puppy. And yeah, it's a fun vibe, and it grooves okay for 7/4, you know. what I put on what loop. Hey Vince, how you doing? Oh, awesome. Man, it's been a minute. It's been too long. Are you still out in California, man? Yeah. Cool. I hope you're staying safe. You're still in SoCal, right? You're far away from all the fires and everything, I hope. Man, it's crazy out there. I hope, I feel like I should take a second to say I hope everybody is staying safe and staying sane out there. 2020 it's been a wild ride so far, and it's not done with us yet, apparently. So everybody stay safe, stay cool, and Palm Springs, wow, it's stay cool out there. It's a little warm in that part of the country. We've just had yesterday had the remnants of, I think, Hurricane Laura come through here in New Jersey, so which wasn't too big of a deal. We certainly didn't get it as bad as they did, on the coast there in Louisiana and Texas. So definitely thoughts go out to everybody who's affected out there. It's a terrible thing. hope everybody's able to rebuild and come back and yeah, live life. But yeah, stay cool out there, Vince. It's weather's crazy everywhere this year. Seems like it's getting crazier every year. See if I can fix that moderation thing. Yeah, maybe I'll do it later. All right, I think I fixed the all caps filter. Yeah, that was going to bother me otherwise. So, thanks for bearing with me. This is not a bad little tune anyway. Oh, yeah, a little bass bone riff would be cool. Yeah, good call, good call. Yeah, I spent so much time talking about this horn, I haven't even picked it up yet. Yeah, here we go. I can do better than that. My time wasn't solid enough between all these to make the tambourine happen. A little too loose. I love synths. They don't need to necessarily. I love playing synths. They're fun. Well, it's been almost 2 hours. Well, this has been a lot of fun. I think I'm going to sign off pretty soon. But thank you so much to everybody for hanging out. For those of you who are tuned in on YouTube, once again, this is you'll see I've got these little overlays here that have got the chat embedded in the video, and then there's also these little guys up here that's an event list, so like whenever someone subscribes or follows or whatever, and this is tied to Twitch and Patreon and a bunch of other stuff. I actually don't remember all the stuff that I put as like settings to do stuff in the event list, but so that's all happening. This is live on Twitch and YouTube at the same time right now. And so as we saw earlier on Twitch, you can do cool things like where'd it go now? There it is. Let's see if I can copy and paste. Nope. Hey Dream Mama, can you send some more Doritos? I want to show everybody how this pops up in the, I mean, I can do the little smiley face, but see the little smiley face popped up behind me? It's like floating in space. So that's one of the features that's, it's a cool little thing on Twitch. If you go on Twitch and check out some of the more established streamers, this is my very first stream ever on Twitch, but if you go check out some of the more established folks on Twitch, they've got like a very vibrant community of people that are all sending all sorts of emotes all over the place, and it's quite cool. Let me see if I can find that Dorito one. I want very badly to put that back on. Let's see, where is it? There it is. Oops. Not that one. So if I do this, get a bunch of Doritos floating behind me in space, which is kind of cool. So yeah, there's all sorts of little there's some more. It's making me hungry. Oh, what just fell? Oh, my poster fell again. My blast poster. This old chestnut. I don't know if anyone remembers. If anyone's tuned in who remembers Blast, but This was one of my first gigs out of college. Actually, was going on tour with this show called Blast, and it was amazing. It was an awesome show, and I still keep in touch with a lot of those guys. It's some really amazing people that were a part of that group, and pretty great gig, great culture, great group of folks, and a lot of great drum corps stories and banter floating around in the dressing rooms and stuff too. So yeah, we had some good times in Blast. It's kind of funny that just fell down to remind me that it was still there. Yeah, so yeah, as I was saying before, so this is going on to Twitch and YouTube at the same time. And those of you who are watching on YouTube, again, I'm able to see and respond to all your comments in the chat. But it's a little bit more interactive over on Twitch, which is kind of a neat thing. There's a whole bunch of different things. That's, the Dorito thing is one example, but there's tons of ways that it's designed. Twitch is designed to be more casual, more interactive, and I'm planning to probably continue doing both for the time being, just because I'm brand new on Twitch, so there's I don't really have the same audience that I have over there compared with on YouTube, but yeah, I'm planning to keep going. Haven't decided for sure on a schedule yet, but yeah, probably, I don't know, might do Saturdays. Might be good. Anyway, well, I think I'm gonna sign off for now, but thanks again so much for tuning in. Thanks to the Patreon patrons who make all this possible. Thanks for checking it out, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks again. Take care. Bye-bye.